Hi everyone, hope you had a great trading day. We're just going to go ahead and take a quick look at the market today and look at some setups here. It wasn't a crazy day per se. We had that 4260 level hold. We had a little bit of a fake, I guess. I wouldn't even call it that. We just broke a little bit below it towards down 4250. And in the morning, we actually did claim this level back and we hit upwards of 4280. Then we chopped for a little bit, created somewhat of a bull flag, as you guys can see here, and we broke above it and continued, and we hit upwards of 4300. One of the things that were interesting, I would say, knowing that the market was going to go up or not. And one of the things that I really wanted to show you guys is the market flow. Okay, it's not shown here. This is one of the tools that we actually use in the group. Right here, as you guys can see. This thing shows the flow that's coming into the market between calls and puts. And as long as we're above the zero and you see that there is a bullish cross over here where the calls really outweighed the puts, that was somewhere around this area over here, I would say, at the open of the market. And so once we have claimed this area over here and we see that there was a bullish cross and that the calls were actually being pushed, um, you know, calls were held and personally I traded SPY and SPX today for the most part. I would say, I traded this move to the upside and I traded this move to the upside. And as a matter of fact, I even traded actually this drop over here. So the reason why I was playing, again, calls is because the net flow was showing very bullish target. And as long as we actually held over 4260, there was a pretty good chance that we were just going to be moving to the upside. Now, what's going to be the plan for tomorrow as far as the market goes? First thing I would say, um, you know, we are at a critical area over here where we have made a huge move to the upside and we haven't had like any leg down yet per se. I mean, these moves over here, were like what, 80, 90 points or so at the most. We haven't had any major move to the downside. And so, with us being over here, we're kind of at the top of this widget over here, as you guys can see, shown by this orange line. Um, you know, and this $4,300 area being a major resistance. So we're just going to play one level at a time and basically have conservative targets. And so I would say as long as we're staying above this level over here, the 4260, chances are we're going to come up here and touch upwards of 4,300 again, probably even 4,325. Probably where would this orange line be? I wouldn't be surprised to touch this stop target of 4350, but I wouldn't try to hold that high. Again, I want to see a hold above this area. If we break below it, or let's just say over here 4250 area, chances are you're going to see a little bit more of a drop to 4220 and downwards toward 4200. So when would I be taking a short position on SPY? Personally, I'm not going to try to swing any trades. However, if I am to do something like that, I would think taking a chance somewhere above the 43.20, you know, might be justified a little bit just for the quick rejection. Because after such a big move like this one, it's not necessarily that you're going to have a huge rejection right away. You probably will have a rejection and then a consolidation for a little while. Um, as far as to the downside, when will we see more of a downside? Personally, I would think if we break below the 4200 level, you have the 4175. If we break below this area over here, I would think, we can come down to see all the way down to the 4000s. But you know, again, I'm not gonna try to trade any long targets or swings like that. I'm thinking that I would just be doing like one level at a time, very conservative targets, day trades. They get the job done. But personally, as long as we're staying above 4260 over here, I think the target would remain to be again 4300 and probably about 4320 or 4330. Maybe the top of this orange downtrend, which is, as you guys can see over here, going from this tip over here back in January, then back in March, and then down to, hopefully August, and we'll see from there. Um, let's take a look at the Qs as well. As I said yesterday, as long as since we closed above the 330 over here, chances are we probably will see 335. I'm not sure if we'll go all the way upwards of 340, but it's still in the books. But I would think that there may be some kind of a rejection somewhere here around 335, maybe a little bit higher than that, 336 or so. Um, Again, it just goes hand in hand with what we looked at ES. Over here kind of broke above this little widget area that we have. This level over here still probably remains to be a high importance level, I would think. We probably see somewhat of a rejection over here and a pullback, but that doesn't mean a reversal of the trend. It could just mean a pullback. Same thing with ES or SPY. You probably have a rejection and a leg down. That just doesn't mean that we're reversing the trend. It just means a pullback. Another interesting setup we had today was Tesla. We said that we were showing somewhat of a bull flag over here, and it broke out of it, and it had a really nice move from 870 to about 930. I honestly, or even higher actually, it was about 939. I did not trade it. I really would like to see a clean break above this 955.75 area. Once we see this break and hold above this area, we could probably see targets of around 1,000 and upwards of 1,037, all the way upwards of 1,087. And as far as the downside, as it stands right now, I would say wait for it to break below the 837.61. A lot of my setups that I looked at yesterday actually did not trigger today. That's why I was mainly trading SPY. But the setups are still there, so definitely have an sitting ready over here on Tesla. Don't forget that we have the split on the 25th, so a lot of people are being very bullish on it. Personally, I didn't see that huge bullish flow on it in this area over here for me to jump in. So, I kind of stuck to what I was a little bit more comfortable with. One other setup that I have over here is UPSC, where I see the consolidation zone here between $30 and 35.59. I'm kind of thinking this might break to the upside. I'm a little bit more biased to the upside on it, just because we have this little uptrend channel that we see. If we break above it, you'll see your targets here being 36.43, 37.71, and then upwards of $39. Now, this is one of those trades, like if we ever get too close to this area, it could take 1 or 2 days before we get to there. Um, we can do like an automated trade. I know TradeStation allows that, where you basically have a conditional trade. It would say, if the price of the stock prints above this area, go ahead and buy this contract for me at the average between the bid and the ask. So it could probably give you like a quick fill. Once you're in it, you'll be able to manage your position, trim out of these targets that you have. And you can even automate these targets as well on the trade. It's a really nice way to actually uh, get advantage sometimes of some trades, uh, especially in the morning whenever the price moves so quick and you're not as fast as AI basically to try to jump it into a trade and just get the momentum on it. So it's just an idea, it's just a thought to put out there. One thing that we definitely need to keep in mind for tomorrow is on the earning calendar, we have Walmart. It reports earnings, before market hours, and so does Home Depot, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's very important because last time I think Target also reported. It kind of tanked the market with it. And so I'm not so bullish on Walmart right now just because the guidance was revised. And honestly, I'm not sure if they're going to even hit or meet the guidance. So you know, that could definitely reflect negatively on the market, especially with the retail sales numbers being delivered on Wednesday, uh, along with ER for target. So you just have to keep these two things in mind. People could be trying to, I don't know, like holding a call from today or a put, and it could affect negatively. So I would definitely think that the market will be affected by the Walmart ER, just because it's one of the larger just because it's one of the larger retailers, and Walmart, Target, Costco, all of these retailers, ERs, will definitely give a good indication to the economists on how the market is doing. Because it's a good indication for the retail buying power and how's the consumer doing. Are people buying a lot? Or are they not? Are people paying more for products and services, or are they not? Is it more buy-in dollar-wise and less value-wise or not? I mean, we'll be able to see these types of information from the ER that we get from uh, these big retailers. And speaking of retailers, I gotta